Hey, how you doing? I'm on a international flight back here. Just brought me these custom stuff I got to fill out. But you ever had so much on your mind that you just want to kind of share some thoughts and see what could come out of it? That's kind of where I'm at right now. And I have one question in my mind. The question is, why doesn't everybody make it as an entrepreneur? And I've finally become so clear about this thing, like never before. Um, so clear like I've never been before. I'm out here in visiting a third world country, shotgun flight. Left last night. Went to the airport. Flight was at midnight, 12:30 in the morning, midnight. Got in at 7 o'clock. Was picked up. Had breakfast. Then went and had the meeting with the gentleman who in a third world country does over $100 million per year. He's 70 years old, 69 soon to be 70. All his kids want to work for him, be around him. Grandkids love him. But this man was a nobody at one point. He was a broke man. 17 years old, was introduced to the insurance industry. And at 18, he was able to sell and change his life. And they asked him, "What's your dream?" He says, "I want to buy the house and marry that man's daughter." 3 years later, he married that man's daughter he wanted to marry, and that's his wife. And bought the house he wanted to buy. He owns a lot more properties now. He's created 2,100 jobs in Mexico City. Unbelievable, huh? But why don't people make it as entrepreneurs? I asked the son, I said, "Hey son, what's your daddy's biggest strength?" I always love to ask kids about what their daddy did or mommy did, whoever that had the success. So what was his schedule? It says he wakes up 4:30 in the morning, every morning. He reads for an hour and a half. I asked, how many books has he read? 3,000 is the number. At 6 o'clock, he works out for an hour. Then he has changes, etc., etc. 8 o'clock, he leaves the house. Every day for the last 40 years, he goes and have breakfast with a client or one of his staff members or agents every morning. Every morning for 40 years. He was at work today, wearing a suit, nice tie, spent a few hours together, wonderful time with this man. He's a tough man, he's not an easy man. He pushed everybody. You could tell he's a boss. Some people can't work with somebody that challenges everybody. But they were able to make this work where everyone works good together and been able to build a business together. But why doesn't everybody make it as an entrepreneur? It's very simple. I've never been this clear. You know, they'll say because you don't work hard, because you're not going out there selling enough, you're not prospecting enough, you don't have a good idea, your idea sucks. It's a lot of millionaires who sell products that are terrible. You ever see some of these products that are being sold and you ask yourself, how can a terrible product like that do so well? Because it's not about the product that many times. It's not. It's a lot more than that. So why don't most people make it as an entrepreneur? You ready? Anybody who is on the verge of achieving success and changing. Because one thing you got to know is the you now is not going to make the kind of money you want to make. It's not. It's not going to. Whoever tells you can do it, go forward, you're this, they're lying to you. You're not going to be able to do it the one now. It's not going to be able to do it. In order to go into a new level, new, whatever you want to call it, with success in life, and I'm saying this because I've gone through this and it crushed me is what it did, is you got to be willing to go through the process of being mentally and emotionally broken down. It's very tough. It's very tough. This event happened to me August of 2003. Emotionally broken down, mentally broken down. Came home one night, talked to my dad, and you know what night I'm talking about. Those nights where you're just kind of like, why the hell is everything happening to me? It was one of those nights. And very difficult night. I'll never forget that night. For the next couple weeks, month, I didn't want to be around anybody. I didn't want to pick up calls. I didn't want to talk to people. I didn't want to hear someone telling me you can do it. I didn't want to hear any motivational tapes. I didn't want to hear any motivational videos. I didn't want to hear any of that. I just didn't want to hear it. I didn't. And anybody who tried to encourage me, I got upset at them. Like literally, sincerely, I got upset at them. And then one day, I got in the car, went to Malibu, Zuma, grabbed a notepad, went through a series of questions, of very direct questions. Pat, why have you not achieved success? Stop blaming everybody. Why haven't you achieved success yet? You say you work hard, but you really don't work hard. Why do you tell people you work hard? You don't. How many times do you flake and go and nobody knows about it? This is when I'm 21, 22 years old. Mentally and emotionally, I was broken down. It's so much easier when you blame somebody else for your failure, isn't it? But you can't do that as a person who wants to go into new levels, reach new heights, new levels. You just cannot do it. So, came back down after feeling sorry for myself for a month, after blaming the world. Wow. Tough times. I came through. I got serious about life, worked my butt off, and was finally introduced to new Patrick. New experiences, new memories, new places I traveled, new places I went to, new people I met. And everybody said, Pat, you've changed. I did change. Because I went through the emotional and the mental breakdown. And I went through it. I didn't back down and settle. And I'm not the only one. There are millions who do this. But if you haven't achieved success yet, ask yourself, how do you react when you have a mental or an emotional breakdown? Is it blaming or is it taking responsibility? I've come to a conclusion, not everyone's going to make it in life and not everyone's going to make it in business because they can't handle that breakdown that everybody must go through. And by the way, you go through it one time. That doesn't mean it's over with life. What do you think happens when we get married? There's another mental and emotional breakdown. Husband and wife, friction, breakdown. New area. Both willing to submit. I want to improve. But you gotta be willing to go through that phase of being mentally and emotionally breaking down. Because what happens at that phase is you're starting to realize you're not good enough. You're not good enough at that time. You're not. And the sooner you realize you're not good enough and there's other people that are better than you, and you got to figure out a way to improve, but the existing you is not going to take you there. And if you're not willing to be improved, you're not willing to be challenged, you're not willing to give it all you got and pay the price, You're going to be another entrepreneur that's going to end up going back and getting a job. There's hundreds of millions of people that do that worldwide. Not the message you wanted to hear, huh? I understand. Most people didn't even make it this far. It's a 10-minute video so far. But will you be willing to go through the mental and emotional breakdown and be honest with yourself when you overreact and you just fully lose it out of control and you blame, but at night you say, I need to get my act together. It's worth it. That's all I can tell you. Help me out every time I have issues with anybody. If I can internally look at myself on how I can improve, I can't improve the other person. I can improve me. What a liberating concept, Tom, when you just look at it, how you can solve you, because you can solve you. You can't solve the other person. Anyways, I don't know what you got out of the message today. I don't know what this means to you, but thanks for listening. And hopefully brought some kind of value to you. They need my customs and border paperwork to be given to them. I'll see you soon. Talk to you on the next episode.